So it is the middle of summer, and of course in the middle of summer the thing that comes to your mind is, you know, pumpkins and black cats and ghosts and Halloween candy and witches and jack-o'-lanterns and even more pumpkins and scary books. At least it does to me, because summerween is a thing apparently according to the internet. So the way that I know about summerween is from Gravity Falls, which I don't know if the reading summerween came from Gravity Falls. I've only seen like 1 or 2 other YouTubers do it, so I don't know if it's like a really popular thing, but I decided to do it just for fun. So these 3 books ended up on my summer TBR by pure luck, actually. And as I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what? These 3 fit really well with a spooky, ghouly summerween vibe. So the first book that ended up on my summer TBR is Fade Away by E.B. Vickers. This book, the synopsis of it, according to the back, I think I'll read the back just because that's more interesting to me than the inside one. There were thousands of people watching my best friend, hundreds of cameras snapping and shooting in his every move. But when the show's over, when we all look away, so nobody saw it happen, nobody knows how or why, or even exactly when he disappeared. So this one apparently is about a kid who disappears and no one knows why. So this one is a thriller, and I don't think it's a romance, but I have read other books by her. They were like more middle grade though, maybe like more grade school books. So I don't know actually how it's going to compare at all, but I'm excited to read it. I found this one at my local thrift store, and I've actually met this author, which is pretty cool. So, oh, this is gonna be a piece of cake. Look at that. Look at that. That is huge font. I could read this in a day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this one's gonna be knocked out of the park. Now the next one, which is a little bit more like actually creepy, ghouly probably, is 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. Now I haven't read a single book by her. This is just the first book of hers I managed to find at a thrift store. I probably would have read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder if I had found that one first, but 5 Survive was the one I found. So this one, the synopsis, I don't really want to read the back because I've heard the synopsis enough times that I don't want to like read even more and spoil any more of the book for myself. But it's basically 5 friends are in an RV and there's a murderer. And this takes place over like a night. So apparently like lots of stuff happens. Oh no, 8 hours, 6 friends, 5 survive. Sorry. This one should be interesting. I'm most intimidated by this one of all of them because this one actually might be scary, and I don't do scary, so we'll see. And then the last one, which I honestly had no idea was paranormal. Looking at this cover, do you think this is paranormal? Because I didn't think this was paranormal. It's called Beauty and the Clockwork Beast by Nancy Campbell Allen. I have read another book by her and I did actually enjoy it, which is giving me more hope than I had at the beginning actually. I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but here is what the back says. It says, Jane Eyre meets Beauty and the Beast in a steampunk proper romance. When Lucy Pickett arrives at Blackwell Manor to tend to her ailing cousin Kate, she finds more than she bargained for. A restless ghost roams the hallways. Werewolves have been reported in the area, and vampires lurk across the Scottish border. Do you see where I'm getting the ghostness for this? Lord Miles himself is clearly hiding a secret. He is brash and inhospitable and does not take kindly to visitors, even one as smart and attractive as Miss Pickett. He is unsettled by the mysterious deaths of his new wife Clara and his sister Marie. Could Miles himself be to blame for the deaths? Working together, Miles and Lucy attempt to restore peace to Blackwell Manor, but can Lucy solve the mystery of Miles? Can she love the man, beast and all? Now, when I picked this one up, I just thought it was going to be a silly, goofy, fun time because it looks ridiculous, and those are my favorite kind of books. But because it has a ghost in it, we're going to include it in this. I guess we'll pick up this one last, I'm hoping, because if this one's actually scary, I want a palate cleanser, you know? So we're going to do this one, and then this one, I don't think it's going to be super scary. I guess we'll see. I actually have nothing to base this one off of, but here are the 3 like TBR, I guess, for this video. This video might last like a month. Who knows, because I have also recently started rewatching The Summer I Turned Pretty in preparation for the show coming out because I literally could not wait another day, and I'm like, this is a bad idea, but now I'm fully obsessed with that again, and now I need to reread the books, and so I might binge those soon. So we'll see. I might rant about those in this video if I'm feeling inclined, because honestly, people who think that Jeremiah is the better option, that is scary enough for me. So those might get included. I had too much set dressing for this video, and none of it's gonna like be put in any video because immediately after this, like, I'm gonna take it all down because it is not fall. But I just bought this little angel. I think it's supposed to be cute, but it's like really ugly angel candle, and it smells like vaguely vanilla-y maybe, but I picked it up because she looked kind of like a ghost, and that just was so funny to me. So she's our little ghost mascot for the remainder of this video. You can't see her. She's just like, she's right off screen. And then also, because in that Gravity Falls episode, the summerween one, the monster is made out of discarded Halloween candy that no one likes. So my boyfriend and I, we were down like somewhere visiting, and we found a store that sells not Halloween candy, I was gonna say Halloween candy, taffy. And one of the things that the monster is told to be made up of is taffy. And so I figured I had to have some for this video. I even have more than like this little thing, but it wasn't quite enough to fill up this bin, but this bin's really cute. So I have 2 little bins of candy, and then I also have these, you know, like the sour, like the green apple ones. They also have this one. This is red Macintosh candy with chewy caramel. So it's like supposed to be like a red apple, and then we have this one, which is like a golden delicious apple. All right, I think I'm going to pick up Fade Away by Elaine Vickers first. I take it back, this one might actually be creepy. I remember why I don't do creepy. This is gonna be a fun couple weeks. All this is gonna be taken down. So enjoy your, I was gonna say Christmas in July. It is neither July, nor is this a Christmas video. Enjoy your fall in June. Hi people, it is the 4th of July, hence the patriotic outfit. I am gonna go get out the door soon because I think the parade is pretty soon, but I wanted to give you an update on the books that I've been reading. So I did end up picking up Fade Away by E.B. Vickers, and I read about 2/3 of it in pretty much one sitting, and then I just have not picked it up in like 3 days. I don't know why. Like it was getting me. I was like interested, I was wanting to figure out what happened, and then every time I think about picking it up, I'm just like, eh. So I'm gonna force myself to finish it today because I literally have like 100 pages left, which I can get through in like an hour, and I just haven't. So I need to work on that. But so far it has been interesting. I have to say, I thought it was gonna be supernatural, which is my own fault because I never look up reviews when I start reading it. So I'm just like, oh, it's gonna be this and that, and then it never is, and I feel gypped even though like it never said it was gonna be that. I'm not like super disappointed, but it like is catching me off guard because I thought it was something different than it was. And I also don't think it's like kind of like a murderer kind of a thing. I think it's more of like a drug abuse kind of a story. I don't know, it's interesting. It's like the secrets even that are getting told aren't like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening. It's more just like, okay, so we'll see what happens. There might be a huge plot twist in the last 100 pages, but so far it's been interesting and it hasn't been terrifying, which I'm loving. I don't like terrifying books. And then I also did end up picking up The Summer I Turned Pretty, ended up reading all 3 of them back to back in like 2 days because I started listening to one at work and then I finished it, and then I started reading the Kindle books because I got them on Kindle Unlimited, so I was able to read both of them like super quickly back to back. And then after that was done, I think honestly I've been in kind of a slump because I just cannot wait for the 3rd season to come out, and it comes out in like 2 weeks and I'm so excited. But I just have to say, reading them around the 4th of July was perfect because one of like the holidays that is super special is the 4th of July. And so I'm gonna go celebrate the 4th of July for Susanna. If you know, you know. So that was fun. I have to say, they are not as good as the show. Like, the show isn't great by any means. Like, great as in it's not like good content, but the plot and like the character motivations make so much more sense in the show than they did in the book. Like, Conrad as a character, I understand him so much more in the show, and Jeremiah, I guess I understand him a little bit more in the book, but that's because you get like a whole book of him. So we'll see how that ends up turning out in the 3rd season, but I am honestly not excited to see them be all cuddly and cute. That's gonna be miserable. So I ended up giving The Summer I Turned Pretty, the first one I think 3 stars, the second one I gave 2.75 stars because I just like, the book is not as good as the show. Like, the show is way better. And then the 3rd book I ended up giving 4 stars because I did enjoy the conclusion, but it just like, it has too much swearing and stuff in it that I didn't want to like give it a super high rating. So 4 stars because I do actually like that book. I think it's good. And I think since the show has been doing so good at like elevating the books and making them even better, I think the 3rd season is going to be so good. And I'm so excited to watch it. Hopefully this video will be done by then. So we'll see. But anyway, I need to go actually read the book that I had planned to read in this video. So let's go do that now. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to be just another ex-love you don't want to see. After the storm, something was born on the 4th of July. I think this is Christian. If this turns into a Christian novel with no happy ending, like, I'm gonna be actually kind of mad because I didn't think it was Christian. I didn't go into this thinking it was. I don't think this is the kind of author that'll turn into like a atheist book. Like, there is no God or whatever, but readings. So I finally finished Fade Away by E.B. Vickers. It was like 2 days ago, and I just haven't talked to y'all because it was Sunday, and I'm trying not to do like work on Sunday, and obviously YouTube kind of counts as work. So Fade Away, I ended up reading it 4.5 stars because as a book it was good. Didn't hold up to my expectations of what it was going to be. Absolutely not. It felt less like a thriller and more just like a feel-good happy book about informing people about drugs with a thriller framing. It was very interesting. It was very much more up my alley than I thought it was going to be, and I did enjoy the ending. I almost cried. But this book had swearing in it, like randomly, and I still don't know whether it was a Christian book or not. Like, it had Christian stuff in it, but I can't tell whether it was saying it was good or bad, which I guess is fine. I don't know how to feel about this book, but 4.5 stars because I did enjoy it enough to give it a high rating, but I don't know if I loved it. I don't know. It was an interesting book. I've also been listening to Emily Climbs, which is the second book in the Emily of New Moon series, and I'm almost done with Emily's Quest. And let me just say, those two books are wonderful and I love them, but they're not giving thrillers. So let's pick the next thriller book, shall we? Oh, how funny. I accidentally brought it over here. I needed props for my video. Fake books I could turn around and make it look like it was a book that I read this month, because I only had like 3 actual books in July that I read, and they weren't given the oomph. Like, just this many? That's not interesting for a thumbnail. So I had to grab some props. Anyway, so I can read this one next or this one next. I'm kind of feeling 5-star vibe, honestly. I think I want to do actually scary and then follow it up with a funny book, because I think I might be able to get this one on audiobook, which would be lovely, because I love me a good audiobook and I consume them way so quickly. So 5-star vibe, I think it is. Next, I am hoping it doesn't have swearing in it. It probably will though. And I'm also hoping it's not terrifying, because I don't do terrifying really good, and honestly terrifying is not fun. Oh, how funny. Has a map of the floor plan of the trailer. That's probably going to be useful later. I guess I'm going to just start it now. It's always easier to read a new book if I have started it already. What's the point of buying candy for this video if I don't eat it on camera? I've only been eating it off camera. We have Sour Patch watermelons that I ate way too many of yesterday. I think I might have tried one of these already and been really confused as to what it tasted like. Or I could be liking it's just banana. Why does this exist? It's almost good. That one wasn't buttered popcorn. Was that one just straight butter? The one I had before was fine. Why was that one gross? Okay, we needed something good to get that taste in my mind. I love these, they're so good. Back to reading. My initial thoughts so far are, why is this so hard to read from this girl's perspective? Obviously she's keeping a secret, but it's like making it hard to understand. And I think it's supposed to be YA, so it's not even like supposed to be like hard. I don't know what it is about mysteries. I think I just read too many of them when I was younger, so they don't like interest me quite as much. Nobody ever lets me in and I can still see you. Okay, so I realized I picked up this book, filmed nothing of me reading it basically, but I finished it this morning, and number one, I kind of forgot going into this, so this was gonna have swearing in it, and that kind of got me really annoyed. I don't really like books with a ton of swearing in it, like this one. It's egregious, honestly. I ended up giving it 2 stars because I just didn't enjoy it. I don't think I'm a thriller girly. Like, I don't think they make me excited and happy. So I'm glad we figured this out because I didn't love it. The plot twist wasn't even really a plot twist. It just kind of made sense. I don't know. It was okay. I expected like my first thriller to be like, oh wow, so thrilling, because I haven't read any before, so I'm not like desensitized, but like I was so desensitized just because I think I've read a bunch of books with mysteries in them, and so the mystery wasn't very intriguing. Like, I think the setting was pretty cool. I did like the setting. I thought it was interesting the way they told it from an unreliable narrator's kind of point of view, but it just didn't hit for me, I guess. But that's okay, we're done. I never have to read this again. I'm probably gonna donate a copy, honestly. And now for the grand finale, Beauty and the Clockwork Beast by Nancy Campbell Allen. And I'm actually really excited to read this. I might dual listen to it, like audiobook wise, but I'll at least start with my physical book. I am expecting to at least tolerably enjoy it. I don't think I'm gonna love it maybe, but I'm excited to be intrigued by the plot, hopefully. I guess we'll see. Now the age of 7, you'll be 89. Still look at me like the stars that shine in the sky. Oh my, 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 my. My tongue is so exceedingly pink right now. like so red. Okay, so I finally finished every single book for this video, and let me just say, this book was surprisingly terrifying. Like, look at this cover. I'm not kidding, this book was surprisingly terrifying. Like, it actually was scary, because this one has ghosts in it, which these two didn't. And ghosts, to me, are much more scary than people trying to kill me. So, I rate... Actually, let me give you my review. Sorry, my brain's kind of going a million miles an hour. I just ate a sucker, and now I'm on a little bit of a sugar high because I also ate it on an empty stomach. So that was dumb, but I wanted to eat it in the video, so there we are. So I actually finished listening to this book at work yesterday. I started it and finished it all in one day, and then I was like, wait a second, because I was listening to it, I don't have any video of me reading it, and I don't want to just have like a zero video of me reading it because that's boring. And so I was like, I'll fake reading this. But at the end of the book, because I decided to flip to the end, it had a novella called Marie's Story, which is the name of the sister who gets murdered in this book, and it was actually kind of sad, so I ended up reading that one on camera. So I did read some of this book on camera, and I wasn't just faking it all. Anyway, I ended up rating this one 4.75 stars. I think it would be 5 stars, maybe, except for like a couple clunky scenes. Like, a lot of it was really good. I was really enjoying the characters. I was enjoying the plot. I was really enjoying the setting. That was so cool. And like the world building and magic with the vampires and the werewolves, except they call them shifters, and you can shift into anything, like not just a wolf. You could be a fox too. But apparently there's other things they just didn't talk about. It was really interesting, and I really enjoyed like how it progressed as a story, except for like this weird time where she gets really hurt, and so she's like recovering in bed, and instead of it like, I don't know, showing some of the recovering in bed, it's talked about as like, well, I was recovering in bed, this happened and this happened and this happened, and then like an important conversation happens, and I'm like, could you not have told us about this important conversation like in the book? That would have been cool, thanks. But no, they didn't. It was just not happening apparently. So if that conversation had been included, and a couple other things that were a little bit clunky, I probably would have given this 5 stars because I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed like the idea and the fashion. Like the cover, that is what the fashions, what they described them to look like, and it sounded so cool, and I could see it in my head. And I have to see if she has more in this series. I'm assuming she does, because there was like a couple leads that could have been turned into a book later, but we'll see. I really enjoyed it though. This one, yeah, 4.75 stars. Very good, and the most scary of the lot. So let me rate these as scary really quick. Oh wait, I need one more prop. Can you see my head? I don't think you can. Okay, that guy is probably gonna fall. Okay, so I have to have this guy, this little girl from the beginning, to come back because she represents the ghost in this book apparently. Okay, so if I'm gonna rank these from least scary to most scary, okay, so this one was definitely the least scary because it wasn't supernatural or anything like that, and it didn't even turn out to be like really a problem. I don't know, it was still good. I think I would say that it has thriller elements in the beginning of the book, but as you discover it, it becomes less of a thriller. So it's a little bit scary, and then it's less scary as you go on. So there's that for you. I don't remember what I rated this one. I rated this one 4 stars. And then the next scary, 5 survive, because this one did have tension for me. I was worried about, you know, who was gonna die, because it's on the cover, you know, that one person dies. So I was worried about that, but the ending didn't really surprise me. I wasn't really like genuinely terrified. I was more interested in the mystery than anything else. I was kind of annoyed with the characters, honestly, like most of the book, because none of them were very likable, like even the main character. So there's that. And then finally this one. So funnily enough, in the order that I read them, because I was intending the middle one to be the most scary so I could bookend it with a least scary book, but here we are. This one was probably more scary because I was listening to it at work, and it was talking about ghosts, and it like throws you into it immediately. I don't do very good with ghosts because my job is definitely haunted. So hearing about ghosts while I was at my job alone in the morning, I was like a little bit terrified, but it was okay. We survived. Anyway, thank you for coming along with me to my wonderful summerween story video where I read some books. I'm very excited to get these off my TBR because these two at least have been on my TBR for like a year at this point, and it's so satisfying to be able to check them off and be like, I read those books. And then this one, I'm probably gonna donate it because I didn't really enjoy it. I had a ton of swearing in it. Not my vibe. So this one's gonna get donated, but I'm excited to keep these two because they were good books in their own right. Let me know if you want me to film any other videos, or if you have recommendations for me of books. I actually really enjoyed this one, so if you've read it or you know a book that's similar to it, I'd love to read another one like this. But I will see you in the next video sometime, literally who knows when. Goodbye.